Okay, this tutorial is going to show you how to make a round script system, and it's going to be a round system where the player gets teleported into a block, and then when the round is over, they get teleported back to the lobby in a block in the lobby. Okay, all right, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is all of the setup, and then we'll go back and write the scripts for this. Okay, so we need to have the blocks. We need to have the lobby block and then the block they get teleported to for when they're in the game. And then we are also going to need to set up a GUI to show the timer. And then we're going to need to set up the lobby team and the playing team. And also we're going to need to set up a, value into replicated storage. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is import a part into your workspace. So up on your top menu bar under the Home tab, go to Part, click the drop down arrow and choose Block. And if you should always have your Explorer window and your Properties window open when you're working in Studio. And I already have mine open. If you do not already have them open, go to View and click on Explorer and click on Properties. Okay, all right. So you'll see the part in your workspace now. Okay, so if you highlight your Move tool, which is under the Home tab, the arrows will show around that part and you can drag that part around on the map. Okay, or you can go to your position property and you can type the position in that you want to put that block at. So if I type 0, 0, 0, that's going to put me near my spawn. Okay, if I didn't move my spawn from the spawn that's automatically in maps when we go into Studio. And I did move mine, but not very far. So this came to where I was at because I knew where I was at on the map. If you don't know where you're at and you don't know your position, just drag with these arrows. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is change the size of this part, and we're making this part right now, the pink part, which is going to be the lobby part. So go to your size and change it to whatever size you need. I'm just going to, for demo purposes, make this one 10, 10, 10. Okay. I'm going to change the color to a pink. And I'm going to change transparency to 0.5 so I can see through it, since we're going to teleport the player into it. I want to see through it. And then I'm going to change the Can Collide property, and I'm going to uncheck it because I want the player to be able to collide with this. I don't want them to hit it and, bounce off of it. I want them to, or to land on it. I want them to fall into it. Okay. And then I'm just going to move this out here. Okay. Next, I'm going to rename it to Lobby. So right click it and choose Rename. Okay. All right, now highlight that part and right click it and then choose Duplicate and rename this to Teleport Point. Okay. And then take the teleport point part and highlight it and then click on it and drag it into the lobby because it's going to be a child of the lobby. Change its size. I'm going to choose 1, 1, 1, really tiny. This part just needs to be present, but we don't want to see it, so we're going to make it invisible. So change the transparency to a 1. And because we duplicated it, Can Collide is already unchecked. If it's not, it needs to be unchecked. Okay. Okay. Next, we are going to highlight that lobby part, and then we're going to right click and duplicate. Okay, and then we're going to drag this one over. Okay, and we are going to rename this one to blue. Okay, we're making this part now. Okay, and we're going to change the color of it to blue, or whatever color preference you want. Okay, so it's identical to the pink one, except that it's going to be named blue and the pink one is going to be named lobby. Okay, but they both have a teleport point inside of them. Okay, so that's setting up of the two blocks. Okay, now in replicated storage, highlight replicated storage in your Explorer window, click on the plus symbol next to it, and insert a string value. So in your little search bar, you can type in string value until you see it pull up, and then click on it to insert it. And when it inserts, it's automatically named value. Change the name of it to status, like so. And I already have one in here, so I'm going to delete the second one because I don't want to have two. Just like these two parts, if I have these in here, they're going to interfere with each other whenever I do the script. So I'm going to delete them. I made them just for the purpose of showing you how to do it. Okay. And I, just to note, I put my spawn point underneath the lobby. You can do that as well. Okay. All right. Let's see, because you want your spawn to be in the lobby of your game, okay, so that all players always start in the lobby, okay. All right, now let's go down to Teams and highlight it in your Explorer window and click the plus sign and choose Team or type Team up in the search bar and insert it, okay, and rename it to Lobby. And I'm going to make the lobby pink because that's the color I chose to use. So choose a color, okay? And then you can duplicate this. All right, and now name the second one Playing. Okay. Now on the second one, I'm going to make it blue because that's the color I chose. They do need to be different colors. Okay. So let's choose a blue color. And on the blue one, you want to uncheck auto assignable. Okay. All right. And then on the final part of the setup, we're going to set up this GUI. Okay. So I'm going to delete those two because I don't want duplicates. All right. So to do the GUI, you go to Starter GUI, okay, and you're going to insert a screen GUI. So click on the plus symbol and type Screen GUI or find it in the list and insert it. Okay, now the Screen GUI is a container that holds 2D objects that are going to be on viewable on your screen. Okay, so I renamed it to Status GUI. You can do that if you want. Okay. And then inside of the Screen GUI that we renamed to Status GUI, we're going to insert two things. We're going to insert a text label and a local script. So click on the plus sign and search for text label or find it in the list and insert it. And then also do the same for the local script. Okay. Now, we'll set up the text label. So when you inserted a text label, you should have seen a label show up on your screen. So you can drag that label on the screen to wherever you want it to sit. Some people put it in the middle up here, some people put it at the bottom, just choose a place, okay? And then you need to format it to look however you want. So I'm going to just expand it a little bit. And I'm going to change, the background color to pink. Okay. And I'm going to give it a border. I'm going to change border size pixel to like a 3. And then I'm going to make the border a blue. Okay, I'm just sticking with the pink and blue colors. You can do it, however you want, whatever your preference is. And then I'm going to go down to the text and the text property and change it to say intermission. Okay. And I am going to change the text to scaled. Okay, and you can change the font to whatever font you want. Right now, mine is set at Source Sans Pro on this one. So whatever you want it to look like, you have a lot to choose from on, font. Okay, so that's really personal preference or whatever style you feel like you want for your game. Okay. And then like the text color, I'm going to change it to a blue since I'm using blue. And I really don't like how that font pulled this text up like that. So I'm going to look at the font again. On this one. And anyways, it doesn't have to be match this one identically. So like I said, it's personal preference on how you want to set it up. Okay, so now that is set up. So you're going to write a script, and it's going to be a local script. So let's get started on that. This script is a pretty quick, easy script. Okay. Okay, the first thing we're going to do in the script is our variables. Okay, so local status equals game.replicated storage wait for child status. Okay, this is going to be the variable for that string value that we set up in replicated storage. We named it status with a capital S, hence the reason here we spelt it the exact same way. So a variable is a name associated with the value. On the left side of your equal sign is the name, and on the right side of your equal sign is the value. And what the value is kind of a definition, or it points the script to this Explorer window setup following the hierarchical structure of parent-child. So we wrote game.replicated storage because our string value is sitting in the game and inside of replicated storage. So when you're setting up your variables, you always have to follow the structure that you have it set up as in the game. Okay. Local label equals script.parent. Okay. Wait for child text label. Okay. So the reason we put script.parent is because we put the script inside of the screen GUI. Okay. So this is saying that we're going to wait for the child of screen GUI, and the child is text label. okay, because we didn't change the name. It's a text label. All right. So label is the name we chose. It's on the left of the equal sign, and on the right sign is the value or the definition. You know, that's kind of like what I like to call it. Okay, it describes to the script where to look. Okay. Status, get property changed signal, value, connect, function. This is a function. Okay, a function is a block of code that you can execute multiple times on command. Now this is an event function. Okay, an event function is executed anytime the event happens, and the event in this case is when the property changes. So anytime our text string changes, this function is going to run this script inside of it. Okay, label.text equals status.value. Okay, so we want anytime it changes to update the text label. So anytime the status changes, we want it to change on the label. Okay, so that's what that's going to do. All right, so that's it for that script. Now we're going to do the larger script for the round and the transporting of the player. Okay. Okay, the next script that we are going to write needs to be placed in server script service. So in the Explorer window, highlight server script service and click the plus symbol and insert a script. Okay, this is going to be our round script. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is put a wait. Okay, because I don't want the script to start right away. You can remove this wait once you have the script set up and working properly. If you don't want that extra little wait in there, that's up to you. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is set up our variables. Local lobby equals game.workspace.lobby. Okay, so this is the the name of the variable, and this is the value, game.workspace.lobby, because my lobby is sitting in the game and it's a child of workspace, and there it is right there. Okay. Local status equals game.replicatedStorage.status. Local playing team equals game.teams.playing. Okay, so remember when we set the teams up? Well, teams are not in workspace. Okay, they're in the game. Okay, so that's why we wrote game.teams.playing. Local lobby team equals game.teams.lobby. Make sure it's spelled right. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we're going to do a loop while true do. Okay. So a loop runs code inside of it. And this is a while true loop. So while it's true, unless I change it to false, the code is going to continue to run inside of it. Okay? All right. For I equals 20, comma 0, comma -1, do. Okay, for I equals 20, comma 0, comma -1, do. This counts down from 20 to 0. And the -1 is how much it takes away from the time each time. Okay. Okay, so this is a for loop. Okay. So basically it's saying for 20 to 0, run what's inside of here. And it's going to decrease by -1 each time. Okay. All right, so while status.value equals 20, do. Wait. Print. Round time is starting. Whoops. And that needs to be in quotations, this print statement. Okay, so print, open parentheses, and closing parentheses, then in quotations, round time is starting. Status.value equals intermission. Typo. Okay. Status.value equals open and close quotations, and then write intermission with a colon, semicolon, and then a space before the closing quotations, and then ... concatenate I. Okay. That's a colon, not a semicolon. Okay. I think I just said it wrong a minute ago. All right. And then concatenate is joining or linking two strings together. So we're going to link the word intermission with whatever I is. And remember, I is going to be 20 through 1. So this is going to end up showing intermission and then whatever I is next to it. Okay. I'm going to wait. Okay. All right, now we're going to define a variable for the blue block. Okay, blue equals game.workspace.blue. And then task, wait, 3. All right. teleport the player to the blue block. So now we're going to do a loop for I, comma, for index, comma, player in pairs, game dot players, get players, do. Okay. And I forgot my open and close parentheses right here after get players. Okay. So this is going to get the players, and then the code written in here, it's going to run through all the players and run the code. We're going to make a variable for the character, player.character. All right, and we're going to do an if statement. If character, then. Okay, so if statement always starts with if, and then a condition is to be met as true. And if the condition is true, the code inside runs. Okay, so this is an if statement. So if character, then local humanoid root part equals character dot humanoid root part. Okay, we're setting up our variable for the humanoid root part. Okay, humanoid root part dot C frame equals blue dot teleport point dot C frame. So this is going to set the humanoid root part C frame to the blue blocks, the blue teleport point C frame. Okay, that's what's going to teleport the player. Okay, and then the player's team becomes the playing team when they get teleported to the blue. Character, wait for child, humanoid died, connect. Okay, so here's an event function. I don't know if I could write it correctly. Okay, so what this function says is when the player dies, run the code that's inside of it. Okay, and all we're going to do here is change the player's team back to the lobby team. Okay. Because when they enter the game, they should be on the lobby team, but then they're going to get teleported to the blue block and become the playing team. But then when they die, they need to be put back on the lobby team. Okay. Okay, now we're going to set up the timer for the game. Okay, that was the first section, and the next video will finish off this script, and then the round system will be complete. So I will see you there.